All right, joining us at the moment is in fact the lone Muslim woman MP from Odisha. Sophia Firdaus is joining us, and someone, of course, we've seen a number of young members of parliament come into this current Lok Sabha, but Sophia Firdaus, of course, is a member of the Legislative Assembly of Odisha, and at a time when the Congress Party and the BJP both haven't done too well, Sophia Firdaus has emerged victorious. I'd like to begin by thanking you for joining us on the show, Sophia. You've scripted history in the recently concluded Odisha Assembly elections by becoming the first ever Muslim woman legislator to have been elected to the State Assembly. Tell us what this feat means to you.
Namaskar. First of all, I will say that I am a proud daughter of Cuttack. I have always promoted being a proud Odia, promoting our culture, our food, our clothes, Odisha handloom and other attires. So it's an extremely proud moment for me. The moment I stood for election, people related me to the former Chief Minister, the only women CM from Cuttack, who was Nandini Satpathy ji. After a gap of 52 years, I got the opportunity to represent Cuttack as a woman. And coincidentally, as Odisha didn't have any Muslim MLA, so yes, it's in the news, but I would be extremely happy because people voted me as I'm a daughter of Cuttack and they trusted me.
Right. You mentioned Nandini Satpathy, who's a fellow Cuttack native. Can you describe to us the impact of the legacy of the Iron Lady of Odisha on your own political aspirations as well as your approach towards politics?
She has gone through a lot of struggles in life. She was gone through a lot of struggle. She had to hit the jail as well, and she did a lot of fight during independence, and then she also got the opportunity to be an MLA from Cuttack and be elected as a CM. So rightly said, she was known as the Iron Lady of Odisha, and number of rules and regulations she has framed. And because I'm now into direct politics, so I've started reading a lot about her. I've been gifted a book also from her to delve deeply into how she managed her tenure as well as took the people along with her.
Right. Also, Sophia, I don't want to take away from your victory, but of course there are those who say that you come from a political family. You're the daughter of Mohammad Mokem, a senior Congress leader himself, and your party has replaced you in the seat, and you have, of course, won in the 2024 Odisha Assembly elections. You've emerged victorious. Now, clearly, how would you react to that criticism that you obviously have a political lineage which might have helped you win the seat?
I completely accept that. The hard work that my father has done in Cuttack in the last 5 years as an MLA. So I can say that I am getting the results right now. He was the first MLA of Odisha who presented a report card after 5 years. And we circulated that to all the households because he was available for the people. A lot of development happened in Cuttack in the last 5 years during his tenure. Although he belonged to Congress, but he was able to use different platforms to get development in Cuttack. So that's a blessing for me. Somehow people trusted him, and people also saw me, accepted me as a daughter of Cuttack. They, saw my background. They did a little research on me, and I was very active in Odisha, being an entrepreneur, leading several forums like CREDAI Bhubaneswar chapter, E-Zone coordinator of CREDAI, IGBC co-chair of Bhubaneswar. So a lot of people also knew me personally, as well as saw me heading business in different mediums.
Right. Over 140 women have been elected to the Odisha Assembly in the last several decades of its history, but there's been no woman Muslim, MLA elected. Why do you think that's the case?
If you see Odisha, if you see Cuttack, in Odisha also, the population of Muslims is only 2.5, about 3%. It's very less. So when I got elected from Cuttack, people voted for me because they voted for development. Cuttack is a city of brotherhood. We all live together. We celebrate festivals together. So it's a very close-knit community. We have an emotional bonding with a lot of people here. We are a family of 240,000 people, you can say. So Cuttack is a very old city, more than 1,000-year-old city. And the lessons of brotherhood from Cuttack, travels to several parts of the world. So people voted for development. And somehow, I think before me, nobody got an opportunity to represent. There have been minority MLAs who have got representation through different constituencies. I will completely say that it is coincidence that there was no MLA before me as a woman who came forward. But I will say that women representation also should go up. Before we think about a community, we have to think about overall women, because we are still less than 10% women representation.
Right.
If you see Odisha Assembly, if you see the parliament and everywhere.
Right. We'll come back to that point, but I just want to ask you that, in the current assembly elections, your victory also coincides with the rise of the BJP in Odisha, because the BJP secured a clear majority, winning 78 of the 147 seats, and it's ended also Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik and the Biju Janata Dal's 24-year rule in the state. So how do you see this paradigm shift in Odisha politics? Because it's happening at a time when both the Congress and the BJD have been shifted to the sidelines of Odisha politics, as it were.
See, the Congress has also grown. If you compare with 2019, we have 14 seats right now, and about 15, 16 seats we have lost with very less margin. So you can say that the Congress has got a strong footprint in about 30 seats in Odisha right now. And a change is very good, for the people. Now, I also say this very openly, now that I am the MLA, so I am the MLA for everybody. I will not focus only on Congress. I will work for BJD, I'll work for BJP, I'll work for everybody. Similarly, a change has happened in Odisha. We welcome that change, and we hope that the government will work for everybody, not just for 78 seats, for 147 seats. Apart from that, the Congress will also work really hard, because the India Alliance has done good, so the people are motivated at the grassroots level. We will put our best efforts to strengthen Congress, as a lot of new faces, good people are joining Congress. There are a lot of seniors from whom we can learn, and we will definitely do well in the next elections.
But what really happened on ground, because it's not just, the assembly, but even in the parliament, we saw the BJP win 20 of the 21 seats. So what really do you think has happened on ground? What do you think if I can ask you, is the reason for the BJP's juggernaut in Odisha moving the way it did?
See, there was a clear anti-incumbency in Odisha, because of a lot of circumstances you must have seen. Because our Honorable CM, Naveen Patnaik ji, was led by few officers whom people did not accept. And BJP has done a lot of work in Odisha in the last 1 month in terms of doing campaigning. Our Honorable Prime Minister visited Odisha so many times. So maybe people wanted an alternative, and Congress did well in about 30 seats, and they got 14 seats. We could have done more, but we will try our level best to do it next time, because people completely voted against the current government this time.
Right. Also, in fact, your party's senior leader, Mr. Ajay Kumar, who is, of course, a senior Congress leader, has come out and said that we humbly accept the verdict of the people of Odisha, but we want to warn the people that they're going to lose their Jal, Jungle and Pani as the BJP is set to form the government in the state. What does this statement really mean?
Let me tell you, I am very new into politics. I will completely focus on my constituency. I will give my best effort to work on this. And yes, if there's anything wrong that's happening in the assembly, if there's any rights that is being taken away of the general public, like Ajay Kumar ji told, we will strongly oppose in the assembly. And because our vision is to work for the development of our constituency as well as overall Odisha.
All right. And also, of course, we've seen how the former IS officer and the BJD chief Naveen Patnaik's key aide VK Pandian has announced that he's quitting active politics after the BJD has suffered a defeat in the Lok Sabha and Assembly elections in Odisha. Your Pradesh Congress President Sharad Patnaik has called it a drama and has demanded that he should be made accountable for his deeds. What do you have to say about this?
See, a lot of people have been harassed in Odisha that we need to accept. In the last few years, politicians are the people representative. We start from the grassroots level, we connect with people and we go up. So we need to be respected, and we need to take people's verdict and people's views and implement those through various mediums. So when the same is being obstructed by few officers, so that has repercussions. And a lot of people in the grassroots level were harassed, a lot of files were not getting moved. People were getting agitated, common man was not getting the benefit. So normally after a long term, there's an anti-incumbency wave, and people did not accept the succession planning of BJD. The positioning went wrong. And so they voted against the previous government.
Right. Sophia, before I let you go, as a young legislator, what would your message to all the youth out there be as they see you break several glass ceilings? And also, what are going to be your priority areas as an MLA?
I'm very happy there are a lot of young members in the Odisha Assembly this time as well. So we will really work towards development of youth as well. Youth empowerment in true sense means working for their skilling, working for their job opportunities, their employment. So the focus should be in holistic development of the community. We have to ensure that every girl child, every child is getting proper education. There are schools, but there are not good teachers. So I think when young people come together, we can understand the pain of the youth. A good thing was that even a lot of youth opened up with me so well, and they told me, ma'am, you need to address issues like depression and anxiety. So I think it's the very nice thing that youth is able to see somebody whom they can open up to, they can speak to, they can participate in politics in terms of giving the suggestion and views.
All right.
Abhi tak normally turn away from politics.
All right. Thank you so much, Sophia Firdaus. Wish you all the best during your tenure as a legislator as well. And thanks so much for speaking to us here at Times Now.